Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna work on like how to spawn these water drops uh, at the edge of this roof, and also I got some questions regarding what happens if the character go inside a building or something. Do we still get the rain? So that is also fixed here. Actually it was already fixed because we had collision enabled for the rain particles, so we don't really get any raindrops here. And in this edge I am going to implement this another particle effect. So yeah, let's see how to implement this today. Okay, so regarding this rain particle I got multiple questions regarding like when the character is inside a house or something, what happens. So does the rain get blocked, or does it stop, or does it come through the ceiling? So that's a common question I got uh, for these rain particle videos I have done. So to test that, let me just place something like a roof overhead, and I actually didn't try to do it before because I was only concerned about getting the particle right. So let's see it's already working correctly. We don't get the raindrops. That's because I have already enabled the collisions for the raindrops. See, we don't get it actually. Let's play and see with the character. Right, here is the character. If I go inside, you can see in this area we don't get the rain. It gets darker because of I have reduced the exposure here. Alright, so we only get rain outside where we don't have anything blocking. Now let's get an angle like this. Still we don't get the rain particles, but what I want to try is like when we have a shape like this as a roof, we need some extra water dripping from this side. So that's next thing I want to try. Right, so for that, let me first define a blueprint. I'll call it BP water supply. So here I'm going to add a supply component that defines the edge where the water should fall. So let me make this linear, and maybe this length would be enough. Let's see about that. Here, right, I'll place it here. Let me disable snapping so that I can properly match the edge. Okay, now I'm gonna spawn these water drops along this line. So for that we need a new particle effect, and let me duplicate this NS ray. NS water spline. Okay, actually this is not a spline, this is just a particle that emits in a single point. I'm just gonna move the particle along this path. So yeah, let's see about that, but we need to do some stuff first. So I'm gonna change this box location. Well, we can still keep the box location, but I'm gonna reduce the size of it like this. And we may not need as many as this particle, so let me just reduce it. And water spline, let's attach it here. This water spline, drag and drop here. So as you can see, it's just drops water here, and let's attach it to the root. Now here we can see the water is dropping in a single point, not exactly the way we need it. So also one more thing I need to check is, are these in local space? No, not local space, so that's correct, that's the way I need it. So now here we can either have a timeline, but I'll do it in the tick. For the simplicity, I'm gonna move the water spline along this spline. So get the spline, get the spline length, and get world get location at a distance along spline. So I'll promote this distance to a variable, and coordinate space, I think we can use world. So I'm gonna set the Niagara location, set world location with this given input, and after doing that, I'm gonna increment maybe just add. So here we have we can have something like a speed. So change speed, let's call it no, ns or speed. Let's try with 0.1 first. I'm not sure what kind of a value we would need. Let's get started with 0.1 and set it. And here I get the spline length. This is not actually where I need it. I need it here. And we can compare. If distance is greater than this length, we need to set distance to 0. Otherwise we will exceed the length of the spline and try to access a point that does not exist. Okay, let Let's play. Well, it's very slow. It's moving, but very slow. Okay, so one. Still very slow. Well, we can actually make this public and change it. Okay, that doesn't look correct. Alright. Okay, now it looks good. But I think it would be better if we have some type of a randomization too, because it kind of looks too like homogeneous. So perhaps, so what's the value work for us? 1000, right? So make it 1000, and also add another random float in range, and something in between 0 and 50. Here we see some more. So well, actually the reason that we get more water drops here should be because of this. I suddenly make it 0, and maybe instead of making it 0 we should get the distance and subtract the length and set it so it does not always start from the 0 point. Okay. What's happening now? No, that doesn't seem to work correctly. So let's get rid of this part completely, or I can just break it from here. Well, actually we don't need the distance at all. We can get the length and break this random float in range. Minimum 0, maximum is this. This should give us better results. See? But but still it looks somewhat odd. So yeah, let's continue and fix the previous approach. So here I disconnected this part and just connected this random float in range 0 to 20 as the starting distance. Now movie speed is 1000, but it looks better. See, so maybe now we can work on the particle a bit, because it kind of looks, it should be flowing down directly, and we can do some more changes to this. So I don't think we need it. We need to have a velocity. Let's completely disable this and see how it looks. Okay, but one problem I notice is it does not start on the edge, it starts in top. So that should be because of the initial scale of the particle. See, 1 to 50. Maybe let's have a uniform scale, and let's scale the sprite here. Scale sprite size by speed. So actually I tried a couple of different values, and I kept the initial sprite size similar to this, and then added this scale sprite size by speed, and here, so the x factor basically scale decrease as the water drop speed, falling speed increases, and the y scale increases, so it becomes more elongated as it falls down. So this is how it looks now. See, so I think it looks good enough for me. So if we need, and we already have these water drops over here, looks quite nice. So if we want, we can change this rate, spawn rate. So it's at the moment 2000, but for ease I'll expose this as a user parameter, rate from new user parameter. Okay, now I'll name it drop rate. Okay, and in this blueprint we can change it. Set Niagara float variable. Is this a float? I think it should be an integer. Oh, type float. Okay, so user dot drop rate and the value, let's promote it to a variable, drop rate. By default I'll have 1000 and make it public. so that depending on the length of this line, you may have to increase or decrease the rate to get the look that you want. So this is how it looks with 1000. Okay, I think we can stop this episode right here. Oh, thanks for watching. As always, project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link could be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.